Do you want to publish your article in a Scopus Index journal quickly? Do you want to publish it in a smart way? Then this video is for you. Welcome to my channel, Dr. Munshi.naser Skill Tone. How are you, my dear learners? In this video, I will explain how to publish your first article in a Scopus Index or Impact Factor journal in a very smart and quick way. There are few certain steps that you'd like to follow. Throughout this video, I will explain those smart steps that you can follow to publish your first article without any further delay. So basically what you have to do, as you know that initially for a very good journal, we need to identify a research gap. And how we can identify the research gap and how to select that particular journal which we can publish our next article, and what are the steps that we'd like to follow in order to make it quick for our preparation of the manuscript in order to submit in that particular journal. I will explain everything in this particular video. So I hope that this video will be useful and you will watch this video at the end. My dear learners, the first thing that any Scopus journal or any Impact Factor journal would like to see that whether you have cited their papers properly. So any journal, think about from the journal's perspective. Journal always consider that how to increase their impact factor. Now, if you can publish using their references, which means their articles that is cited in your paper, the journal will be very happy, right? So in my opinion, at the very beginning, instead of writing a research article, first you select few journals where you are targeting your next paper to be published. It may be engineering, economics, sociology, business, management, any type of journal that you are targeting from your field. Target 3 or 4 journals, and among them you rank probably 2 or 3 journals you think that you will submit first to that particular journal. This is the first thing that you have to do before you going to write your article. You know, normally people do, they write the article and then go for a journal submission. Do not do this. First you select the journal, and then once you select the journal, you start writing your article. Okay? Now, for example, for this video, let's assume that we are talking about a journal, economics and sociology. As I am an economics professor, so I would like to write an article on Ukraine-Russian economy and probably its impact, Ukraine-Russian war and its impact on the global macroeconomics. For example, this is my tentative title of the next article, and for that article I would like to submit to this particular journal, economics and sociology. For instance, this is my targeted journal, and as you can see here that this is an Scopus Index journal. Okay, this is an Scopus Index journal, emerging source citation index. You can see that this journal is a very good journal. As I told you in my previous video that this is a very quick publication journal. You see this is the Scopus Index. Okay, now what I have to do in the next process, what I will do, the next step is, as you see here, the archive. Okay, archive. In the archive, there are many issues that already published in this particular journal. So when you are going to write your article, you need to identify a research gap, correct? And once you find the research gap, then you can write your article based on that. And in order to find the research gap, you need to go literature review, right? And in order to do a literature review, you need to go different databases like Google Scholar. You can go to Scopus or Web of Science to search the papers related to your topic, right? But don't do this. Okay, first what you have, the smart way is go to the archive of this particular journal. Okay, let's assume that I go and write that Ukrainian economy. I would like to find some research paper based on the Ukrainian or Ukraine economy, right? And I search. Okay, you can choose from this, and I'm not talking about this journal. Any journal will be the same way you can apply the method. Okay, now you can choose abstract, author, title, keyword. So I just want to see the title. Okay, title of the Ukraine economy. Go and search, and you will see search results will give you a lot of information like specific features of development, ecology and entrepreneurship in Ukraine, impact of the economic financialization on the level of economic development of the association of EU member states. Okay, and there are a lot of information. Ukrainian economy grow so slowly, right? There are many articles come up from the previous archived publications from this particular journal. All you have to do, download the most of the relevant article suited to your topic. Download from this particular previous issues from this particular journal. Okay, once you downloaded all these articles, you have an ample amount of literature at your hand. Now do start your literature review. There will be two benefits. First, you are targeting this journal for your next publication, correct? And that's why you are citing most of the references related to your topic from this journal. So when you submit your article to this particular journal, then the journal editor will be happy because they will consider that you are targeting to increase their impact factor by citing their references, correct? So in order to do that, the editor will be happy and they will see that most of the literature review are using their previous articles related to your topic. Of course, that is of course an impressive way to start. Okay, now as I told you, most of the research article or literature review you can collect from this archive journal. You can also target another 2 or 3 journal and do the same way, and those 2 or 3 journals you can collect the suitable literature review previously published related to your topic. Now you have many articles at your hand from 2 or 3 targeted journals. Now start doing your literature review. Now in order to do a good literature review and find out the research gap from those literature review, I recommend 2 ways. Number 1 is, as you know, in my previous video I use MaxQDA or NVivo software for literature review, and that is a very good method. So I strongly recommend you to go and check my MaxQDA literature review and NVivo software literature review. That way you can identify your research gap from those articles using these 2 software very easily. Another way which is very interesting, and I have seen that it is very contemporarily very nice platform called the nested knowledge. Nested knowledge, it is useful for the systematic literature review. Very good, very nice. If you can go to their website, you can Google, they have their YouTube channel, go and check and find the nested knowledge systematic literature review. It's free, but if you want to use it for a long time, you may have a subscription fee. But in my opinion, it's a very good place and you can use a few dollars to subscribe this platform. All you have to do, go to the sign up, okay, and you have your Google account, right? So if you'd like to make, let's say, Google account, use that Google account. I have already my Google account and I use to Google account, Gmail account to sign up this particular website. And if you can see that I already working on this particular topic, review of economic literature, for instance, all you have to do, create a new nest. Okay, if you would like to create a new nest, you can create from here, and then you start. What is the nest? Nest meaning that all the literature that you have collected from those 2 or 3 journals, you can compile those things online to this particular website, or you can search your related articles using this particular platform. So as I see this particular literature review sections, if you go to that, then you can see literature search, the other sources, screening, tagging, extraction. So all these things are detailed information in their website. I strongly recommend you to go and check the nested knowledge website and their YouTube videos to find out more about systematic literature review. As you know, literature review has a systematic and bibliographic and narrative. So systematic literature review will help you to identify your research gap very easily. Okay, now so once you do the systematic literature review, I strongly recommend, if you are targeting for quantitative analysis, then there are 2 steps that you have to go. First, you go to my channel and then you see descriptive statistics using the best free software. So descriptive statistics mean you are describing the data. I have many publications in my portfolio based on the descriptive statistics only. So if you just use mean, median, skewness, kurtosis, range, that will be sufficient for you to start and write your analysis. So descriptive statistics using free software, you go and do the descriptive statistics. Once you do that, the next one is to find out the correlation between the variables that you are talking about, because you are targeting the quantitative analysis, correct? So go and do this. Look at this video, correlation test clearly explained. So if you are using R or Python or any other software, this video will help you to understand how the correlation analysis has been done. So descriptive statistics and correlation analysis, these two things if you done, and then furthermore if you go for regression or any other further statistical method, I don't mind, but these two you have to do, descriptive and correlation. To publish in a very good journal, their journal reviewer will look at it, your descriptive analysis, correlation analysis. If you are working with the quantitative analysis, don't skip these two steps, and then you go further modern tech methodology like regression, machine learning models. No, never mind, you can use those model, but follow these two steps. Okay, if you are using qualitative analysis, I have another paper called the how to present your thematic analysis, which means your qualitative work based on your thematic analysis, and how to present your qualitative study as a thematic analysis. You can look at this video, and this video will help you to understand how you can analyze your qualitative data and present it for a publication purposes. So after that, if you are interested more to learn more other softwares, you can do that, or else there is another video in my channel. If you go to and hover over my channel, you will find out that there is a video how to submit your article in a Scopus Index journal, how to publish your article in a Scopus Index journal. There are a few articles or few videos based on those. You can look at that, like for example, how to write and publish your first research paper. You can look at it, because now you are writing your manuscript, first finding out the research, first you targeting the journal, then collecting the literature review, do the literature review using MaxQDA or NVivo or the nested knowledge, find out the literature review analysis. Then if you are using quantitative method, do the descriptive and correlation. If qualitative analysis, thematic analysis. Once you have done everything, now finally the conclusion part, you need to write two things. Number one is summarization of the findings, and then what is your unique contribution. You need to find out one or two unique contribution, and these two or three unique contribution must be related to your research gap. Remember, these two or three unique contribution must be related to your research gap, and if you can do that and do the referencing using APA or Harvard style properly, or following the author's guideline of that particular journal, and submit to the targeted journal that I discussed earlier in my video, you will be benefited. There is no doubt about it, and you can quickly write your manuscript, you can quickly submit it to your targeted journal, and I'm pretty sure if you follow my steps properly, the reviewer will not reject your article. They might give you some revisions, which you can take time and do the revisions, and then you can submit again, and hopefully they will accept your paper very, very quickly. Now, I hope this video is useful, my dear learners. As you can see here that at the initial stage, you need to identify your journal, then find out the related articles, and you try to summarize the articles using MaxQDA or NVivo software, and then use descriptive statistics to analyze your data before doing any further inferential statistical analysis. Then you go to the correlation analysis, and then finally you try to submit your journal, your particular article in a good journal. And also, my dear learners, remember, you need to add what are the contributions that you would like to contribute in your paper. It is very important that you mention those 2 or 3 unique contribution at the end of your article. including in the conclusion section. So you can write conclusion and contribution, so you can add 1 or 2 3 points about what are the unique contributions. So if you follow my guideline and all those steps and my previous videos, I hope you can prepare your manuscript very quickly and submit as I showed you the technique to that particular journal where you are targeting for next publication for your career achievement. So until next time, thank you so much my dear learners. I'll see you in the next video.